Hey YouTube, this is Brittany from Autism Family, and I'd like to talk about summer and how it can affect families who I think view it as both the best and the worst time of year. If you're anything like me, summertime is something you kind of dread and adore. I know that the first week when kids come off of school, it can be really challenging because they're coming off of a really strict schedule to kind of a more loose one, and there's different expectations at home. And you as the parent, if you stay at home with them like I do, the burden of entertaining them and teaching them falls all on your shoulders, and that can be hard. So I have some tips that might make summer easier for you. Everyone's different, everyone lives in different places, so if you have suggestions, please make a comment below, and I'd love to hear from you too. The first thing I usually see when I look up recommendations for activities in the summer with autistic children is summer school. We've never done summer school for our kids. The price is an issue. Usually those programs are out of our reach, the transportation costs, and especially if you live in an area with a lot of children like we do here in Utah, you might not find it so difficult to find programs like that, but I know for a fact that in other areas of the country and other countries, those don't even exist. And so I'm going to put that there as a footnote and say, if you've got it, that's great. Tell me all about it, because I'd love to hear it, and I'll have to get back to you about how effective that would be in the future when we do try it. Another thing I want to talk about was respite care, and we are in the process of applying for that with DSPD, the Department for People with Disabilities. Apparently they also provide help on the off season, in summer. And I'd be interested in finding out more about that. However, I think our children are high functioning enough that we might not even qualify. So again, that's another thing on the back burner. For me, I make a new schedule for summer. Something simple but fun, keeps them busy. I like to take them swimming, hiking. There's a water park really close by that also has a playground, and usually a lot of kids love to come there, and that way we kind of get our social interaction a little bit, because it can be a little stifling all at home together in the house. That's important. And of course, the store, just everyone's, dreaded errand. For me though, like when you're not going out, you're not teaching them, you're not doing anything active with them, often you'll have the kids come up and say, "Oh, I'm bored, I don't have anything to do." And I love to use this acronym for them. I can't claim that it's originally mine, but I love it. It's BORED, B-O-R-E-D. B stands for be creative. Have you been creative? Have you drawn? Have you played with clay? Have you maybe reorganized your room? I don't know. Think of ways you can be creative. And I'm sure someone has, arts and crafts supplies in your house somewhere. There's plenty you to do, be creative. And O stands for outside play. And outside play kind of is self-explanatory, but, go outside, see if there's anyone around to play with. For all I care, roll in the grass, bounce a ball, something outside. R stands for read a book. And a lot of kids may not absolutely love that one, but maybe you could read it with them and ease them into, getting to read by themselves. That's always a great one, especially when you're thinking about getting back into school. And E stands for exercised. Have you exercised? Did you go out and jump rope? Did you go maybe running? Or have you bounced on your trampoline? Whatever your ASD kid loves to do. Get them active, get them out there. And D stands for done something for someone else, something helpful. I gotta say that as far as our family's concerned, our favorite sensory toy or thing to do is to play with water. They love water, all of them. Whether it's swimming or playing in the backyard with the sprinkler, or sometimes I'll freeze toys and ice in Tupperwares and they can hack at it in the backyard. That's great. Or making sensory bins filled with rocks or rice, and then they can dump cups of water in there. You can even add foam letters or alphabet shapes. Speaking of these suggestions, it depends on the severity of your child on the autistic spectrum. There's no one size fits all, and your kid may love all of these suggestions, or they might not apply to you at all. And that's the great thing. You can tailor make your own summer plans. You can pick and choose what works for you and what doesn't. For us, when we're going somewhere unique, like say an animal farm, where we're petting zoo, when we're going on vacation, I like to let them know beforehand, like in a week we're going to leave for California, or in 2 days we're going to leave for California. Just kind of get them used to the ideas so that sensory stimuli is not quite so challenging for them to wrap their heads around. If they know what's coming, it's, I think, a little easier for them to kind of get used to it and not freak out so much. Anyway, in closing, those are my suggestions for keeping busy and happy in the summertime. Leave your own comments below. I'd love to hear what you have suggestions for your children or for other people on the spectrum. Like I said, there's no one size fits all, and everyone's different. So if you send your kids to summer school, that's awesome. Let me know how it works out. We're definitely interested in that ourselves. If you put your kids in activities or sports, that's great too. And thanks. See you later.